found out my boyfriend of 4 years was cheating on me. My boyfriend and I have been together almost 4 years. We have a 2-year-old daughter together, and at one point we were engaged. We've known of each other since middle school, but didn't really become close till after high school via social media. Almost immediately we became inseparable, and he easily became my best friend and soulmate. We moved in together and had our daughter in 2024. Overall, the relationship was good, I trusted him, and he had never given me any reason to think he would be cheating. We've had a few rough patches like everyone does, but other than that the relationship was good, up until it was coming up on our daughter's first birthday. And this is where he started acting very, very weird. We had a shared vehicle at the time, but the vehicle was in my name, so he would take it while I was at work and vice versa. I started noticing little things. For instance, one time I got into our car and noticed a pair of women's sunglasses that definitely weren't mine. He simply told me they were his cousin's girlfriends. I brushed it off because again, he had never given me a reason to think anything. Then he started staying out all hours of the night saying he was hanging out with his cousin or with friends. I also found an eyelash cluster in his hair. He gaslit me and tried to say they were mine. I don't wear fake lashes, and he knew that. At this point, I started getting suspicious and a lot of fighting started. All we were doing was fighting and they would get pretty bad. I would go through his phone and find nothing, so there was no proof to support my suspicions. So I packed some things up and took our daughter and I to stay with my mom for a little while for some space. While I was staying with my mom, I got pretty lonely and wanted to get back out there and try and make some mommy friends. Ironically, shortly after thinking that I got a message on social media from a girl complimenting on how pretty I was, we'll call this girl Jane. Jane and I hit it off instantly and had a lot in common. She also had a baby the same age and was going through a rough relationship. We immediately made plans to hang out. She had told me she was 22 and also pregnant with her second child, as well as just got her own place, new car, and was finishing business school. Around the same time I met Jane, I started receiving weird messages on my number. And I don't just hand my number out to people. These text messages would all pretty much say the same things: I'm fucking your BD, or why are you fucking my BD, or simply just taunting and harassing me. They never would tell me who they were, so I just kept blocking the numbers. And I mean, it was at least 50 different numbers over the course of 2 months. I confronted my boyfriend, who constantly denied the allegations and said that someone is just messing with you. And you know what? I believe him and just ignored the numbers. Shortly after my daughter's birthday, we came back home, and this is where everything falls apart. I get a text message of a picture of my boyfriend definitely naked in someone's bed. I lost my shit. I sped home as fast as I could to confront him with the evidence I now had. I was so mad I could feel my blood boiling and steam coming out of my ears. As soon as I got there, I busted in the house and beat his ass and demanded answers. Finally, he came clean. So here's what really was going on. Remember Jane? Well, turns out she was who he was cheating on me with. She literally pretended to be my friend for absolutely no reason. Mind you, I was telling her a lot of my stuff that was going on in my life, and she was going right back and telling my boyfriend. I immediately called Jane and confront her because it was her behind all the fake numbers. She then proceeded to tell me she was pregnant with his child. I about fainted. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I hang up on her and immediately block her. They both knew, and they both played the absolute fuck out of me. I threw up. I felt sick. How could he do this to me and his daughter? I didn't understand. When I asked him why, he simply said, we were fighting all the time and I was getting nothing at home, so I went elsewhere. That day, my whole world fell apart. I packed mine and my daughter's things and left and went to permanently stay with my mom. He moved her in immediately after I left, and I've been here ever since, and it's been about 9 months now. This whole situation happened in August of 2025, but Jane had continued to try and message me up until March of 2026. I had to change my number 3 times over the course of the last year. But wait, guys, there's more to this story. My mom and I ended up doing some digging and found out that Jane is a pathological liar. She had no kids, no boyfriend, no house, no car, no job, and not attending business school. She had absolutely nothing that she had claimed to have while she pretended to be my friend. All of it was a lie. Here's the best part though. We did even more digging and found out that Jane is actually a minor. She was only 15 years old. Now this blew my mind. She quite literally was lying about everything, including her age. I guess I'm just wondering at this point what I should do with this information. If this story gets any type of attention, I'll post an update and more details. Thank you.